My name is Cindy Pitty, and I am the secretary at Longfellow School. First of all, we want to say welcome to District 21. We're so happy to have you here. We want to thank you for your willingness to sub in the main offices and the health offices. Our roles are vital to our daily operations and the successfulness of a school day. I will briefly cover some key points. Every school will have their own specific style and ways of doing things, but there are a few main areas that are consistent throughout the district. The first is building security. So each building has a 3-step process for entry. Every office is equipped with a control panel. I actually have 2 control panels to be able to open the 3 doors. So anyone who enters the building will need to come to the first front main outside office doors and be buzzed into the vestibule by the secretary. Most people will not go past this area right here. And the vestibule is where parents will drop off school lunches, Chromebooks, backpacks, anything. Basically is just right here, and then they can exit. The second entry step past the vestibule is in the main office, which is where we are right now. The door is right there. Once in the main office, the secretary will need to get the visitor's driver's license scanned into the Raptor system. The Raptor system is the security system used by the district for any and all visitors entering the building. Once you get their driver's license, you can then print out a badge for the visitor to wear while they're in the school building. You will sign the visitor out when they leave, or the system will automatically sign out all visitors after 3:30. If the visitor has been to any District 21 school before, you may search for them by their last name. You don't need their driver's license. Once you scan the driver's license, the information will remain in our system and be available to all district schools. If the visitor does need to enter the school beyond our office area, usually for meetings or other appointments, they will need to be buzzed out again by us with my main buzzer, and they would exit that door into the main school, and that applies to students as well. Okay, the second area to cover is visitor sign in and sign out, and student sign in and sign out. So every building should have 2 sign out logs. One is for students and one is for district staff. So any student who arrives late or leaves early will need to be signed in or out by an adult on the sign out sheet. Usually mine is located in the vestibule, which is right here. The other sign out sheet, this is a District 21, any District 21 staff member who is a building visitor will need to sign in and out on the visitor page, but we do not need to scan them into the Raptor system since they are an employee. So the third area to cover is building substitutes. So ask either the principal or assistant principal to provide you with a daily sub password and the daily sub sign-in report, which looks like this. It might be multiple pages depending on how many subs. Any sub that comes in, including yourself, will need to sign this sub sign-in report. We'll give them a key to the classroom, and then they'll also be given a building badge, which will give them access to unlock all the doors. A Chromebook, which will be in here, right in here. Usually every building will have their little charging station, and then the daily sub password to log in. For the secretary substitute, every office should have a sub folder that has building specific information and more specific secretary information and instructions that's specific to their building. So also a big role in the day-to-day tasks for the front office includes assisting with phone calls, assisting parents with general questions or student pickups, and assisting students and staff as necessary. In most buildings, the main office and the health office work very closely together throughout the day. We do tag team with phone calls and assisting parents and students. So a big role in the day-to-day tasks for the front office includes assisting with phone calls, assisting parents with general questions or student pickups, and assisting students and staff as necessary. In most buildings, the main office and the health office work closely together throughout the day. We may tag team with phone calls and with assisting parents and students. Sometimes questions will come up and you're not sure who to turn to or who to reach out to for help. Every school has this district phone card, and my suggestion is to keep this handy. It lists all the schools in the district. Marissa Zach, who is our Longfellow school nurse, will now discuss a brief summary of the health office substitute responsibilities and expectations.
So you'll be in charge of attendance, answering parent phone calls related to attendance, tending to injured students, and tending to students who don't feel well. Your building nurse will leave you more specific instructions. Any students that do visit for general injuries usually can get their cuts cleaned with soap and water, a Band-Aid, an ice pack, and can rest for a couple minutes before they're ready to go back to class. All visits should be written down to include student name, the time, the description of the incident, and the aid you provided. Notify any parents via phone call for any head injury, major injury, or students needing to go home sick. A certified school nurse is assigned to multiple buildings and may be reached via phone call for any emergencies and/or questions. Any specific COVID-related questions may be relayed to your building principal or your building certified school nurse, as guidelines are constantly changing. On behalf of all District 21 secretaries, health assistants, and nurses, we thank you.
Thank you.